Welcome to this energy healing membership transmission. If you're new here, my name is Bree, and I'm going to be really oscillating through a multidimensional channel today. So you are going to see me drop very deeply and get maybe really quiet to receive information, and then I'll transmit it. Today, what our guidance, our spirit guides of the highest Christed light are leading us through is they gave me two words, the key code of the transmission, if you will, and it was through line, through line, through line. And they started to show me these threads of energy or threads of consciousness that basically when they appear in one place in your life, they're not just in one place in your life. So part of what we're going to be doing today is getting to the through line of we're going to call it whatever is alchemizing for you in your life right now as a through line. Will you actually put that pizza back in the fridge? And the fridge door is open. Sorry, guys. My daughter's here, and there's some pizza out, and she didn't put it back, and it's gonna go bad if you leave it out. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Isabel. Happy birthday. Pizza sounds good. Yeah, they had some early pizza this morning, leftovers. Okay, so they're giving me categories. Happy birthday to ya. If you ever show up and it's your birthday, we'll all surround you in love. Okay, so I'm getting a list right now. My Akashic Records guides are, can you close it and put it in the fridge? If you can't close it all the way, that's okay. So this is a first, maybe not a first, I've done this before, but I'm gonna be right back. I'm not sure if you'll still be able to hear me, probably because my microphone's on my shirt. But BRB, keep hanging out and being good. You're all being so wonderful. Here, let me do it, sweetie. There we go. Thanks. Oh, what? Getting the pizza in the fridge. Getting the pizza in the fridge. Getting that pizza in the fridge. Okay, we're back. We've got the pizza in the fridge. What fun. Welcome to my kitchen. Okay, so this is the list they're giving me. They're saying this through line is gonna probably like touch some topics in life. And the first one they showed me was food. So food, relationships. I'm hearing sleep. Okay, weird. Okay, food, relationships, sleep, work. Self-concept. Human concept. Interesting. I thought it was going to be earth concept, like a earth collective concept, but they said human concept. Okay. They're saying concept of off-planet beings. It's interesting. I wouldn't link this list together, but they're saying there's a through line through all of these things. So they're saying that's shifting. I want to say, yep, they're asking me to say. There's a group of celestial beings in my consciousness, and they're wanting me to tell you all a few of the star systems that are kind of sharing codes with us. And they're kind of telling me, so those star systems are Antares, Polaris. They're showing me like the entire Taurus constellation. So Pleiades is in there. There's other star systems in Taurus. But those are like the star being. So Antares, Polaris, Taurus, and then they're showing me like these beings from Orion, but they're showing me that these beings from Orion are peacekeepers. Peacekeepers. Ni torahan ni koshe no toto kashea ni te autokoke. Ni tiranati shiaya toka aishe ni atia. Okay, they're saying a few things. They're saying first of all, your evolution and your ascension is linked with ours. We are not separate. So they're showing me a through line. My daughter. What? I'm trying not to mind you. They're showing me this through line. Okay, interesting. So what they're saying is most of us here, one of those star systems, you actually currently are, this is going to sound so nuts to some of you. I don't care, whatever, it's fine. Some of you are still incarnated there. Like your oversoul is still incarnated in those places. And they're saying that the higher realms, I mean, particularly the 7th to the 12th dimension, that's like, it's like okay. So you as a human, like, you know, I need to sleep, I need to eat, I need to breathe, I need to drink water, right? In the higher dimensions, the baseline knowledge is that everything is connected. Like the baseline knowledge, it's like very simple knowledge. It's like, that's just the baseline for these higher dimensional beings. I don't sense any grays in the field. I would be careful with the grays. I would be a little careful with the grays. They can be a little manipulative. That's just my personal interaction. They can be a little trickstery at times. Just to be real, we're going to be honest here. There's also really wonderful, loving grays, but what they're saying, these higher dimensional beings are trying to help us understand, is that what humanity is coming into the awareness of is this truth of interconnectivity, of oneness, of multidimensional consciousness, of, they're also saying simultaneous time. Simultaneous time. So, no toro te ke a shea na toto shea. No toto shea. So Fate Boy, part of that, what my guides are saying is the star systems that you're not really connecting with, or like you hear about them and you're just kind of like, I don't know. Okay. Like, all right. Like you don't have a feeling either way. Like you just kind of feel not interested. Those star systems are star systems that your soul likely hasn't had incarnations in. That's why they don't resonate with you. It's not because it's like something you can't tune to. It's just everything that we're experiencing here on planet Earth, it's going to be through a soul experience, through a soul tune-in. And if your soul has not had any interaction with a particular star system or a particular type of being, when you experience that particular star system or type of being, you'll just kind of like nothing will happen. So you've all, let me apply this on Earth. You've all met people on the Earth plane. Hello, a lot of us are sitting here together right now. You've met people on the Earth plane that it's like an instant, I know you. Sometimes it's an instant I know you and like, oh boy, I better back away. Sometimes it's an instant I know you and wow, I miss you. Like, I love you. Finally, we're together again and like aware of each other kind of situation. But what they're saying is they wanted to give you all some context for that because, and it's like no fear no matter what. Yes, and fear isn't a bad thing is what I really want to kind of break down here for you. If you're feeling fear, I don't want you to deny it, but I do want you to question it because there are, okay, my guides are saying there's soul fear and there's ego fear. So what they're saying is your soul might recognize another being that you've had maybe a fearful experience with, and that fear is there to be an indicator, to give you information. It's not there to combat you. It's not there for you to deny. It's really there for you to understand. So if you have a fear, I don't encourage you to, like a boundary could be set. Yeah, like a boundary could be set. So okay, so they want to channel a message, this huge group of star beings. Okay, they're showing me a lot of energy. I'm doing my best. I do those things, so yes, I believe in them. Telepathy and astral projection. Those of you that are wondering, do I believe in telepathy and astral projection? Yes, they're absolutely real. We're remembering this. We're remembering this. Okay. They're showing me the energetic field and they're like taking pieces out and showing me them individually. It's very crazy. So they're showing me like there's ego fear, and that's like the storied fear. That's like the storied fear. Like that's like the stories you're telling. So like, oh, everybody with blonde hair is out to get me or something. Okay? Like the ego will start to tell stories. Those are ego fears. All right? But then there's what they're showing me as nervous system fears. So nervous system fears is very linked with trauma. If you've ever had trauma as a soul, you're going to feel like the nervous system fears. And they're saying they're not bad. They're saying your nervous system is your dashboard. Well, they're saying your nervous system is one of your many dashboards. So what they're showing me too is like muscle testing. So some of you know about muscle testing. It's like where you can do it a lot of different ways. But one of the ways you do it is you usually do it with an energy healing practitioner in person. But your yeses and nos are going to be defined a certain way. So like your yeses are going to be you kind of like leaning forward. And usually the nos are going to be like you kind of lean backward. And what we're doing here with the muscle testing is speaking directly to your nervous system, which is going to give you a lot more information than, say, your ego, which is like muddled up with stories and sometimes lies. So your nervous system is going to give a more accurate depiction of what you're experiencing. And what they're saying is the same thing happens with your nervous system when you are encountering others. you're going to feel a natural lean forward or a natural lean backward. And that's going to give you a lot of indication and information. So instead of, they're saying like, you don't want to get storied around this, but one thing you can easily do is like, is this a yes or a no for me? And then just trust that. So if you get, let's say you get a no and you're like, I don't understand why I got the no, let it rest. Don't go digging, don't go searching, don't go seeking, because you got that no for a reason. And you don't necessarily even need to know why. Some of you too, you're getting a yes, but your ego's got the fear stories. And so you're like, why did I get this yes? Most likely, it's because of your ego, that you're questioning the yes. So again, a no is pretty concrete. Like trust, the guides are saying this. A lot of you are questioning your no's. Why is this a no? Why is this a no? If it's a no, it's a no. So if you wake up one day and your nervous system is full blown in no mode, let your no mean no and your yes mean yes. Yes. Thank you, gang. Too cool. Once I started letting go of the no's, things started moving faster. Absolutely. Absolutely. So for example, like Andrea, when you wake up and your nervous system is a no, that's a day for you to rest. That's a day for you to self-care. That's a day for you to take it easy. That's a day for you to be gentle with yourself. That's a day not to be making decisions. Plain and simple. Let that nervous system recalibrate. And don't forget, we're getting a lot of high frequency light. The sun put out like 5 flares in the last 24 hours. One of them is going to make impact with Earth, probably on the 28th. So if you're watching this in the future, it probably won't matter to you. But when we have these incoming plasma waves, and especially when they're hitting the planet, so much coming in, yeah. So when the planet currently has a weak magnetic field, electromagnetic field, it's weakened a bit. So when this comes in, it's going to make an impact. I'm not saying fear around this, but I am saying you might wake up in the coming week on whatever day this is really affecting you. Because some of you, you were affected preemptively. Some of you, you're affected a little bit post. We all receive it at a little bit different timing. But what they're saying is it is important that you know if like you wake up one day and your nervous system is given the no, that's okay. Don't be hard on yourself. Let yourself, if you're exhausted, like honor that. You know, we're not trying to combat you. Yeah, I hear you, Pat, on that. You get for a few days before. That's usually what I experience as well. But what they're kind of showing me is that a lot of us will try to like push through it. That's hustle culture. So we learned that. That's an ego thing. That's a programming thing. Oh, I'm tired, but I've got all this stuff to do. I'm going to push through it. I'm going to cram myself through it. Or like some of you too. This is the guardian angels. They're showing me like events. Like social events. And they're showing me that in the coming months, you might have some social events that like you were obligation. You're right on cue with what we're channeling right now, Lori. again, I want you to do the question, like, let's say it's the day of those events. And maybe a part of you was even like excited for those events. But that day of the events, your nervous system is giving a loud and crystal clear no. 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 But then your ego comes in, but they'll be mad at you. But then you'll lose this opportunity. No way, you can't do that. That should make you feel guilty. No way, this should make you feel shame. That's what your ego is going to say as your nervous system is expressing the no. Okay? They're saying this is why we always guide you within. Because the way that I feel personally, my ego, it's like a little bit sits like out here. Like my ego doesn't feel in here. My ego feels more like out here, kind of like in the aura. Like a little deeper than the aura, but like also the aura, the ego. So when I hear my ego get loud, I'm going in. So when the ego gets loud, you don't want to go further into that ego. Let's go start a fight. Let's go have an argument. Let's go fix this. You want to come in. And then there's going to come a day or an hour or a moment or whatever where your nervous system is back in yes mode, back in parasympathetic nervous system, switched over from what we're talking about here is your sympathetic nervous system is your no, your parasympathetic nervous system is your yes. Okay? They're saying you never find solutions from a no. Ever. So you never find solutions from a sympathetic nervous system. So don't even try. Just don't even try. Give yourself rest. Don't force the yes. Do you want to know what a knowing nervous system doesn't want and will make it way worse? Force and control. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. And I'm sure you all are remembering times in the past, maybe seeing a little bit clearly yourself, where how did you get into that mess? Because you were acting from your no. You were behaving, you were communicating, you were expressing from your sympathetic nervous system. Just got a warning from TikTok saying I'm directing people off TikTok. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. But I might be freeing you from some things that keep you addicted to certain things. It's interesting that the algorithms can recognize that. But this is why I've built my areas where I don't have to be glued to things like this. If you're hearing me. So if for some reason I disappear off this, hit up my link tree. I'll help you out. Okay, TikTok? So let's do some cards. So irritating. So irritating. Thank you. You are as well. You are valuable as well. Ooh. Okay, so we've got air and fire dragon. Expands your creative energies. Harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm. Communicate your passion. I actually think we need to read this. I think we need to read this. Air and fire dragon. Anybody, can you guess what dimension the air and fire dragon is? I bet it's 4th. I bet it's 4th. What do you guys think? Where's the guide as to where these are? Oh. It is 4th dimensional. According to Miss Diana Cooper, although everybody is multidimensional, so it's not like we're really ever fixed in one dimension. It's just an illusion. Okay, so, nope, this is the earth and fire dragon. I need the air and fire dragon. Hold on a second here. Give me a moment. Still a 4th dimensional. Okay, 32. Shimmering 4th dimensional blue and orange air and fire dragons are very vocal. They love to express themselves and make their presence known. They often create turbulence as they swirl around us. Air mixes with fire to ignite an explosion of creativity, enthusiasm, and aliveness. These dragons make us feel happy, excited, and sometimes a little unsettled or even overwhelmed. At the same time, the element of fire transmutes lower energies and clears the path of our destiny, while air enables us to communicate our passion at a soul level. Wow, this is so fitting with what we just talked about. Thank you, guides. Thank you, Spirit. And thank you, all of you. Okay, so the guidance on the card. Choosing this card indicates it is time to harness your gifts and talents for your highest good and that of the world. You have something in your soul to bring forward. So your guidance is to decide what fires your enthusiasm, then trust your inner wisdom and talk about it. Take a chance and step onto your true path of happiness and creativity. Remember that excitement and passion are magnetic qualities and will draw the right people and situations to you. This card can also suggest that circumstances may present themselves to you in which you will be required to make a rapid decision, using your intuition and discernment rather than logic. Ooh, this is really hitting home. The air and fire dragon who has come to you is telling you to trust yourself. You have all you need to make the right choice. With your air and fire dragon beside you, success is ensured. Okay, now we need to get an animal to ground us because I'm like, whoo, it's a lot of energy. This is a lot of energy. The dragons can really take us to new heights, new depths. So let's get an animal. Aha, right away. The wolf. The wolf. Be independent, but work together. Archangel Zariel. We need to read this too. Okay. Okay, this goes along with a lot that we're talking about here. It's all connected. So, landreya tuaya na tua nere wat no se he ano ya ni tiwata. Nile henria tuavia is very fitting. Nile henria rasaya. No koya. I think I just said your name in that lay language. Huh? Nile henria tuaya ni tuaya. Nereti mundia shaya. Okay, I think this is going to be important to read, so I'm going to read it. These regal canines originate from Sirius. I knew there's like Syrian beings coming into the transmission now. They weren't necessarily there in the beginning, but they are now. And have the mission of spreading the golden ray of Christ wherever they wander. Wow. They have formidable healing powers and are spiritual teachers in the animal kingdom. Individually, they are extremely independent, but are learning that it is more effective to work as a pack. Hello. Humanity's wolfing it right now. When a wolf gives his trust, he gives his loyalty and his heart. This applies to their own kind and to those humans in whom they have developed confidence. Wolves are learning about family life with its very strict hierarchy and discipline. Males and females are considered equal, which means the masculine and feminine energy within the pack is balanced. Imagine seeing the energy between the masculine and feminine on planet Earth balanced. Imagine that. Feel that. How does it feel? Every wolf has a role to play so that each one feels needed and important. And then the guidance on the card, this is the card of the spiritual teacher. When you choose it, you are reminded to be disciplined about your spiritual practice, as this is very important to your progress. Act nobly and honorably, whatever the circumstances, for many will look up to you. You must learn to trust your inner guidance. Then decide who you have confidence in and give them your loyalty. So what we talked about before with the yes and the no, we're figuring out I'm just going to be honest with all of you, there are going to be human beings you meet on planet Earth that I would not encourage you to trust. And if your BS meter is going off with someone and they're proving to you kind of time and time again, I'm not trustworthy, believe it. Don't try to fix them or make them trustworthy. Recognize what's going on and make a choice. Okay? Block them. Yeah. Really, you're free to block people. You're not being mean or cruel in your blocking, but if someone's going to come at you on the internet and violate you and say things that are not tolerated by you, you are 100% safe to block them and no longer be in contact with them. That's safe. You're not a bad person for doing this. Where did I leave off? Okay, you need to know who you can trust because you have wisdom and healing to impart. Look for like-minded others and gather them to you, as together you can fulfill your mission more effectively than if you work alone. I'm just going to interject before I read the last part, which is, this is a really important message for humanity. So many of us have been awakening for so long and we felt alone in that. So many of us have been kind of getting back to who we really are, and we felt alone in that. And it's time for that aloneness to cease. Okay. Whether you are aware of it or not, you can spread the unconditional love and light of the gold ray of Christ, which has a huge energetic impact on those around you. So the way that we're going to answer a question of how do I help the others is always going to be the same. You focus on you. You recognize maybe someone outside of you is never experiencing love or expressing love. Embody love. Don't try to convince someone outside of you to embody that love. Embody it yourself. My guides are saying New Earth teachers teach through embodiment. That is the way they teach. New Earth teachers teach through embodiment. They're also saying, like New Earth teachers will practice what they preach. And they're saying New Earth teachers will learn from what they're channeling. And New Earth teachers will always keep they'll keep the part of themselves intact that wants to learn and grow. So we're basically never getting to this point where we've hit a ceiling and we think we've got nothing more to learn or nothing more to grow or nothing more to expand into. As soon as we do that, we really shut ourselves down. And then it gets to be very ego oriented. So and I really don't think anyone, any of you that resonate with me, this isn't news to you. Like this isn't shocking to you. This isn't like a revelation to you. It's just like yeah, I know that. I love learning. I love growing. This is like part of the reason why I'm here. So you've already recognized that. And by you embodying, my guides are saying by you allowing your curiosity, you're going to inspire curiosity in another. Saya's sharing, once you believe you're done growing is when you begin to regress. And also, I mean, we're all at different stages. So it's like some of you have been growing for a really long time. And right now you're in a chapter of stabilizing and integrating and grounding and anchoring. And that's safe too. You know, you don't have to be learning and improving yourself all the time. You know, so there's like a pendulum with this. You know, the pendulum can get way over here where it's like we're obsessed with the growing and the learning. And then we got to kind of like bring it back to center. And then we can also get over here where we're like, I'm so tired of learning and growing. I'm getting old. I don't care. I can't do any of this. You know, so we have to kind of like find this, you call it a wobble. It's very much like a wobble. It's like a pendulum. So it's good to check in on our curiosity pendulum. It's good to check in on our student pendulum. Where am I at with this? It's good to check in on our teacher pendulum, you know, because all good teachers on planet Earth are also going to be good students. There isn't really one without the other. We have to be open to both. So part of the way that you're going to grow on planet Earth as a human is you're going to learn a lot of stuff, and then you're going to learn even more through your teaching. And then you're going to be teaching and you're going to hit a point where you're like, I know all this stuff like the back of my hand. I want to learn more. And it's a beautiful process. Always changing, so constantly seeking. So, My guides are saying this. It's kind of interesting. They're saying, okay, they're saying seeking should be chapters, but not a life sentence. Wow. Okay. They want me to say it again. They're saying seeking. Okay. They're saying seeking is safe when it's like sprinkled throughout your life. But if seeking is your whole life, that can get kind of like overwhelming and kind of tiring and exhausting. So they're kind of saying to check the seeking. Interesting. They're kind of saying like balance it almost to the point of never satisfied. Okay. So they're saying if this is applying to you, where you never feel satisfied and there's like a lot of seeking going on, it's a good idea to get to the core intention of your seeking. Like, in other words, why do I want to seek this? Why do I want to know this? Because the why will reveal a lot. And if the why is something that's stemming from, let's say, an ego program, it'll be pretty evident because it's kind of gonna, so ego stuff like loses its ground really easily. Soul stuff is more solid and consistent. So this is like when you see, I'm like seeing situations where people are arguing and then they're like kind of realizing, oh my gosh, I was just coming from my ego and I'm just arguing from my ego and oops, kind of energy. Let's get a dragon to help us understand what's going on here. I'm feeling a lot of shifting going on. When the well dries, just take a break. Yeah. Yeah. Hydrate. When the well dries, hydrate. Lay in the grass. Take it easy. Take it slow. Rest. Okay. So we have 3 dragons coming in here now. I'm really irritated by TikTok. I didn't say anything to get you guys off this platform. If anything, I drive lots of traffic to this platform. Okay. And I'm sweating, and there you go to see. Pure white dragon from Orion. Okay. So these are these peacekeepers. This is the peacekeepers I was tuning into from Orion. They're dragons. Transform your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know. Wow, this is so powerful. Act with truth and honesty. Let your wings of light grow and expand. Let me see if there's some keywords that pop out on this, because this is really dealing with what we're talking about like right now. So 84. And these dragons are 7th dimensional. These dragons from Orion. Archangel Gabriel, the Great White Brotherhood, the unicorns. As white holds the vibration of truth, when the pure white dragons from Orion shower it onto us, it lights us up. It lights up our impeccable honor and brilliance. They are preparing us for greater advancement on our ascension path. Okay, let's see. This one sentence. This card calls on you to speak your truth, act with honesty, and be totally honorable in all dealings. They just want to bring through a little light language to calibrate us to these very expansive energies. They're also showing me expansion in our roots. And they're saying they're going to help us make our roots 7th dimensional. So that when you access 7th dimensional and higher energy, it doesn't feel to like pull you out of your body. Like you're meant to be accessing these frequencies in the body. It's really important that you do. Because you're calling these in and through, in and through, in and through. So they're going to do, if you want this light language to expand your roots into a little bit more of a 7th dimensional root system, you can just give your internal yes. They want us to have our feet planted. So have your feet planted if you can. Deep breath. Narahana. Narahana. Nirehia. Nehana. Netuhane. Netuhane. Nehaya. 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 Naya. Ne. They're saying you're safe to expand your wings when your nervous system is giving a yes. Nehana. Ye. Nehana. Nerea. Nea. Nereiana. Naraya. Yea. Narahaya. Nea. Okay, they're saying something funny. They're saying when you disperse energy or clear energy or transmute energy or alchemize energy, you can technically send it down through your roots or up out your crown. And either way, it gets to the same destination, which is the great central sun. So they're showing me whether you send it down through your roots and it goes to the crystalline heart center of Mama Gaia, then it goes to the great central sun. If you send it up, it goes up, out to our sun, and then to the great central sun. So either way, it's going to the same place. For whatever reason, the living current, they're saying don't send it out your wings. And they're saying something about feathers. I don't know what they're saying here. It's a little complicated. It's very telepathic, but they're kind of saying no on that. Because they're showing me, if this is wild, the living current. I don't know what they're saying. Just go with me. But they're showing me like the feather. You know how like the feather has like that little tube? And then like the soft parts. They're showing like if you try to send it out your wings, it kind of like sends it through that little tube and then it goes back. Like that little tube, those little tubes that are your wings, they're not really they're not designed for like disbursement. They're designed for ascension. So the wings are there to help you be able to wings are for a lot of things. We don't have to isolate one reason for the wings. But what they're saying is you don't really want to like send your disharmonic energy out your wings. You want to send your disharmonic energy down through the system or up and out the system. Does this make sense? Yeah, I've never asked a question like that before, so it was very interesting to explore it. So thank you. Okay, we have 2 more dragons here. I'm running late. Okay. All right, we'll just do this. We'll get it through. Okay, Emerald Dragon brings in healing and cosmic abundance. It's important. Okay, good fortune is coming. Yay. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. So, a fifth dimensional blueprint is anchored into the understanding that everything that being is calling in is for the betterment of all, not just the one. So the third dimensional blueprint might tell us, keep to myself, hoard, don't let anyone in, only for me, look out for number one, but no one else. But the fifth dimensional blueprint is more an understanding of the oneness. So that's why when you're in a fifth dimensional frequency, you're going to call in a whole lot more abundance than if you're in this third dimensional blueprint where you're saying only for me or only for these people. That's not abundant. Abundance is limitless flow. It's everything is resourced. Everything has what it needs. Everything is nourished. So this is why we talk about your blocks are the people that you're saying, I want best for the world, but not for them. That's blocking you. That is a place within your collective field of being here that you're saying, no, not here. You're blocking it. You're blocking your own flow of abundance. C-step, it feels like you're still pretty attached to the third dimension. Just to be honest. That's a very third dimensional statement. Has to be consequences. That's third dimensional. That's third dimensional programming. It's third dimensional programming. Like the fifth dimensional state won't say something like that. Does this make sense? Like the fifth dimensional state will see all the people that you're saying we have to punish them and like give them consequences and lock them in a cell. The fifth dimensional consciousness sees those as their equals and they offer unconditional love. So the fifth dimensional consciousness will never say things like, I want to punish someone or everyone needs to suffer. C-step, if you want to stay, you've got one morning. I don't really like that frequency in space. It makes my nervous system say a big whopping no. So if you want to benefit from the space, just check your comments. Okay. I know it's what you're dealing with. Does it have to be what you continue to deal with? Do you have to continue to deal with it, or can you make a change? Okay, so at the close here, I'll take 3 questions. So the way that this works is you offer a question and I channel another question from Spirit. So I don't answer your question. I give you another one so that you can tune into the question from a new perspective. So the first 3 that I see come in and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good one. That one's going to serve the whole. That one's going to serve the all. That's something that a lot of people are feeling and a lot of people want to explore. Those are the kind of questions I'll answer. If it's just about you, try to rephrase your question to, okay, I've got this issue with betrayal or anger or whatever. Like there's probably more people in the world that are dealing with this. How can I rephrase this question so that it doesn't just serve me? it's good to be curious and open to explore, especially when we find that we're in a stuck place or a place that we don't necessarily enjoy. It's a process of one gentle shift after the other. One gentle shift after the other. So any questions coming through for anybody? I'm getting kicked out. I'll be right back. One gentle shift after the other. So any questions coming through for anybody? I'm getting kicked out. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry, I had a hard time getting back in, so I probably glitched there for a minute, but it looks like there are some questions. Let me scroll. Oh, yay, it kept the stuff when I was kicked out. Okay, TikTok, you do some things good. Okay, this is a great one. Healing Roots Wellness has a really, really wonderful question. I'm sure that all of you can take something from. So it's how to let go of anger when someone intentionally hurts you. Did they truly, intentionally hurt you? That's one question. They've got another one though. Can you develop healthy processes for your anger? That's what they said to that. And Darren's expressing his love to the guides. They hear you. Okay, so Andrea's offering, how can I hold my own vibration more fully when with challenging energy? How can I hold my own vibration more fully with challenging energy? So Andrea, they're crossing out your question and they're saying, how can I step into self-trust? Lori, this will be in the energy healing membership if you're still here. And thank you for being here. So I feel like we're going to take one more and then I'm going to close this for the day. Does anyone, I feel like someone's coming up with a question right now for the collective. Maybe even a follow-up question to something that you received after you got your question back. You're welcome. I hope I give you more to feel about instead of think about. Although thought forms are fine, most of them. Okay, this is a good one. How can I practice forgiveness when there was betrayal and was close to my heart? Okay. The living current, they're highlighting your right shoulder and your right side is the area that this healing is affecting. They're also saying like anyone that has this question, it's like the right shoulder It's like this whole pathway. It's interesting you were asking about the wings too, because they're showing me like this whole area of the body on the right side, and I'm feeling it as well. Let me read the question again before I give your question back. How can I practice forgiveness when there was betrayal and was close to the heart? How can you let go of the past linear line that extends from your heart? That's what they shared. And they showed me the thread of energy that is in the past from your heart. Left shoulder giving you issues? Okay. So I think that's all we can do today because I'm a little bit at my limit. And Lori is sharing, it's their issue, not yours. So with betrayal, what you give, forgiveness comes back to you. And I agree. I agree. So that's it for today. Let's take one deep breath as a collective. This is going to be in a certain location that if you need to message me about, you can. And let's take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in. We're going to take a deep breath in of unconditional love and freedom. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. And release. Make sure to hydrate. Make sure to take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And trust your yeses and nos. Namaste.